today's been absolutely scorching in Edinburgh. So I'm just going to get a cup of coffee and then we're going to go and see what's happening outside. Hey guys, so we're just going for a wee drive. This is Edinburgh right now. Just seeing what's happening out here. Hey guys, so basically years ago they were going to build a motorway through this area, and to try and stop that from happening, because doing that would have meant cutting down a lot of trees, some people decided that they would try and block it by setting up tree houses and then living in those tree houses to stop people from ever being able to chop them down. You've probably heard about people doing this sort of thing. Well, what happened was, this was years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and then they just stayed after it. So they decided not to chop the trees down, but then the people just never left. I've not been here for a couple of years now. So I was actually passing it and I was thinking, I wonder if these people still live in these tree huts. So let's go and check it out. Let's go and see, if they're still there. So these tree people live down here, and it's quite an interesting walk. I think a lot of people come here with their dogs and stuff, but it's actually really nice if you look around. It's also a pretty nice day for it. Okay, so there's two ways in, right? If you go down this way, there's a bridge. If you go through there, that takes you directly into the middle of where they live. We're gonna just, I don't wanna if they're eating their dinner or whatever, don't wanna walk in. So we'll go across the bridge and then we can sort of look down, see what's going on. Spikes. So down there is where the tree houses were. It used to be that if you looked up in the trees here, you would see all the tree houses, and they were everywhere. They used to live mostly on the other side of the river there, and around here you would see them having their lunch and stuff like that, and their dinner. A lot of stuff lying around here still. This is bits of wood, probably what they've left. The hole in the ground there. I think if it went down through the bridge, that would have brought us out on the other side. It's like stuff they've left behind. You can see where they've had fires and stuff like that in the past. But nothing in the trees. I know this has nothing to do with fitness. I just thought it'd be quite interesting to show you guys. steps. And coming down into the camp. Tent bags. A butter knife. These little stairs that I've made. Hey guys, so this morning has been really busy, been getting plenty done, and I'm just going to make a quick coffee. It's a quick coffee break, and then I need to crack on with a lot of different things, and then I'm going to get in a workout as soon as I can. Because there's a lot going on in the flat with renovations, it's still a little bit messy, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, it's quite difficult to keep things clean because there's constantly things going on. So you can clean up, and then if someone's sawn some wood or some plasterboard, then all of a sudden everything's covered in dust again. I'm actually just having this. It's Kenco, and I don't actually have a preferred brand of coffee when it comes to like instant coffee, mainly because I try and avoid instant coffee as much as possible. I usually have one of the, like a decaf, one of these later on in the day if I just really fancy, the taste of coffee really. And in the morning I'll show you something which is much better. I have this, which is my favourite right now. So it's Taylor's, and it's like a ground coffee, so it's not instant. And what I like about that is it's got a lot of flavour to it, it tastes really nice, and it's a lot stronger than like instant coffee. So what I'm doing now is I'm just getting everything ready for the plaster to come. And if you look at the wall, what you'll notice is this wallpaper here. Okay, so this needs to come off, so the plaster can come in and just plaster right over all this stuff here, and just get it all smoothed off, making it look a lot better. And then all this wall here as well is going to get all plastered, and then it's going to be ready to paint. Okay, so I've got everything I need. I've got the wallpaper scraper, I've got the wallpaper steamer, paper ready to go, ready to get the stuff off. What I'm doing right now is mobility exercises. So mobility is basically getting the joints warmed up. So what happens is there's fluid in your joint, and if you get the fluid in the joint, should I say, if you get the fluid in the right place to protect the joint by doing these mobility workouts, movements, then what happens is you're less likely to get injured. Okay, so you see a lot of people get injured because you might stretch. When you stretch, you're stretching the muscle. Okay, which is good. But it's not doing a lot for the actual joints. And if you notice that when people get older and they start to get arthritis and things like that in the joint, on the knees and stuff, and you've got like footballers or rugby players, it's because they've not really done a lot of mobility before they've done their training. So if I'm going to do any lifting, I always do this first. Now what I generally do is start at the bottom and work to the top, but this time I'm starting at the top and working to the bottom, just because I sort of felt like it tonight for some reason. But we get in there. Oh, if you're doing your neck, side to side, okay? You see people going forward and back, that's not what you want to do. You want to go side to side. Here, I'll take you through this a little bit. Next up, get your hands up, hands in front of you, chest tight like this. And then what you're going to do is just rotate from left to right. And this is just going to work the lumbar spine. Get it nice and prepared for your workout. Now, because the gyms are closed, I had to pack up my weights, as in get more weight. So as you see, I've got some steel weights here and I've got a lot of plastic weights lying around. Now, it is unfortunate, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that you've got the weight that you need to get the results you want. And these are fine, they do the job. So we're not going to go too heavy today, especially when we're warming up. So your first few reps, they're really about just getting your posture right, your technique right. Okay, just to get yourself used to moving a weight. And then what you're doing is, you increase the weight. Once you've got your technique right, once you're confident, crack it out, off you go. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So you get my little plastic weights. Now, another thing I recommend is using a belt. I use a belt as often as I can. And it's not necessarily just because wearing a belt means that you're not going to get injured. It also means that you're minimizing supporting muscles. So you don't really want to, it means you can maintain a smaller waist basically while you're working out. Okay, here we go. So it's the second rep. This is it. Okay, so here we go. This is the second set. Okay, so this is the third set here, and I'm just going to do 8 reps. In total, I'm probably going to do 5 sets, I think. And the maximum weight I've got at home at the moment isn't really enough to push myself to the max. So yeah, once the gym's open again, I can go heavier. But there's enough here to get a decent pump.